Can anyone besides these two, do they have a shot? Maybe. My name's Kyle Merber with Grand Slam Track, and this is Armchair Analysis. It's been a year in the making, but the event that we're all waiting for is finally here, the men's 1500 meter final. And now we have 12 guys, the best in the world, all lining up. But everyone's looking at Jakob Ingebrigtsen and Josh Kerr. For the past year, these two have traded blows non-stop on both the track but mostly in the media. And it's because they're the two heavy hitters here. They are the best of the best, and finally we have an opportunity to see them. We saw at the Prefontaine Classic that Josh Kerr can beat Jakob Ingebrigtsen. Lifetime though, Jakob is 8-2, and so the odds are still stacked in his favor. However, Josh has taken the last two. Jakob lined up at the pre-classic and showed fine form running 3:45, but the tables did turn there. The thing that everyone would say is that it would be Jakob be the one to take the pace, be the one pushing it, one winding it up. And what did we see? Instead, with 600 meters to go, Josh was the one who took the pace, started pushing it. And when they hit the bell, 400 meters left, that was all Josh, the one winding it up and in control, and Jakob wasn't able to get by him. But then he goes to Monaco, runs 3:26, making him the fourth fastest guy of all time over 1500 meters, and suddenly he looks like a completely different athlete. So the question now is, how fast are they going to have to close in order to win this thing? You look at last year's World Championships, and Josh runs 3:29, closing in 52.7. That's just what you have to do if you're gonna be running under 3:30 in championship races. Can anyone besides these two, do they have a shot? Maybe. I would say the Americans think that there's a shot in Cole Hocker. In the semifinal, he sat right behind Josh and Jakob. He looked completely comfortable, and we haven't really seen what he can do since the Olympic trials. He ran 3:30, closing in 38.9, one of the fastest championship closes of all time, given that he's running 3:30 and setting personal best in the front. We feel like we still haven't seen his upper limits yet. Key for Cole Hocker is gonna be running 1500 meters, which sounds simple, but it's something that he does really well, his ability to hug the rail. I think the way that he wins this race is by running it perfectly. I think at this level, there's really not a lot of room for errors, but something that Cole has shown such prowess at is his ability to hug the rail and still somehow find his way outside of the box. We saw him execute that perfectly in the first round, and I think it'd be wise for him to let Josh and Jakob to battle it out, worry about each other, and maybe, that final 100 meters, the inside opens up and Cole has an opportunity to swing out and take it. That's how others are gonna beat the top two, is they have to run tactically perfect. They can't be expending extra energy, surging, trying to cover these moves. They need to get off the line fast, smooth, pick their spot, and be patient. An X factor in this race is Yared Nuguse. We saw him in the first round. He didn't look comfortable sitting in the pack. And then in the second round, he takes over, makes an honest 3:31 race, and he looks amazing. And he has that last gear that he needs it, and he cruises. And this is what he did at the Olympic trials. I think something that we could see is that Yared is the one who takes this race out and really tries to control it because it's to his benefit. Is that his best path to gold? I don't know, but it's probably his best path to the podium. And therefore, that's something that we're gonna be looking for in that first 400 meters is, are you running your race or are you running everyone else's? And I think Yared's his best when he makes everyone run his race. One dark horse that we have in this field is Niels Laros. And the reason he's a dark horse is we know he's good. We know that, but we don't know how good. He had an unfortunate fall in Monaco, so we never saw how he matched up against Jakob there when he ran 3:26. And then in London, at that time in league, he falls coming off the line, fully horizontal on the ground, gets up, runs a 3:49 mile, and is just off the win. And when you're thinking of X factors of, who have we not really seen yet, it's Laros. We don't know what he's capable of. We know that he's good. We know that he's fast. He doesn't have the same championship experience that some of these other guys do, but he did prove last year that he's good enough to be in the final. And now it's his opportunity to prove that he's good enough to be on the podium. One possible strategy that I think that we could see Jakob do is control the race from the front by slowly winding up the pace. Josh has a lot of foot speed. We know Josh can close, but I think Jakob should have confidence that he can too. It's something that we saw him execute perfectly at the European Championships. Every single 100 is just a decimal faster than the one before. And before you know it, you blink and he's gotten away from you. And that's what he did. He really created so much separation between himself and the rest of the field there. That's probably something that we could see here. If he's not fully confident in raw speed, if this race is won in something in the low mid 330s, maybe it does come down to a little bit of foot speed, but as the world champion, the 5K that he is, he wants to make this a little bit more of a strength-oriented race, and one way to do that is by pushing from really, really far out and, you know, daring Josh to hold on. We have seen Josh become so much stronger this year, running 8 flat for 2 miles indoors, winning a world championship in the 3K. The question now is, who takes it off the line? Who wants it fast? I think everyone is expecting Jakob, but this is championship racing. What you think is going to happen never does.